Hello everyone, welcome to First Code Academy. Today we are going to make a simple web page animation using CSS called Sunny Day Driving. In the Sunny Day Driving project, we will animate a car that drives towards the right of the web page, and when our mouse hovers over the sun, it will expand. By completing this project, you will learn how to create animations in CSS using @keyframes method. For this project, I'll be using the CodePen platform, which is a social development environment that is used for front-end designing and deploying websites. In this platform, we can create web pages using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and also get the real-time preview. So let's start with our project. First, I'm going to write my HTML code for the web page. In my first section of the web page, it will hold me the pictures of my car and the sun. To create a section on the web page, I'm going to use the HTML tag called div. This section is identified by an ID called sky. Next, I'm going to add the pictures of my car and the sun. You may find the links for the images in the description box below. I'm going to give the image tag. Next, I'm going to give the link to the image. This would be my car. So in order to identify that, I'm going to write an ID. Car and then all. Then I'm going to close my image tab. Next, I'm going to add my sun to my web page. So I'm going to write the HTML tag for image, the source for the sun image. In order to identify this image, I'm going to give an ID called sun, alt, and then I'm going to close the image tab. Next, I'm going to close this section. So I'm going to close with a closing div tag. My next section would be my ground. So I'm going to create div ID ground, which I'm going to close. Awesome. Now we have done with our HTML section. Let's head on to the CSS. Alright, so now we are going to use CSS to make our web page more beautified and then give the animation methods. So I'm going to create the sky first. I'm going to give a height of 200 pixels, and I'm going to color the background in cyan color. Next, I'm going to give my position to be relative. Alright, so next I'm going to give the appearance for my ground, where my car drives along. Here I'm going to give the height for my ground. And then I'm going to color the ground in green color. Alright, so now once we have made the sky and the ground, we are going to change the appearance of our sun and the car. First, I'm going to change the appearance of the sun, where I'm going to move the sun to the right corner of the web page, and then I'm going to transform it to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to write sun, and I'm going to give the position of it to be absolute. Next, I'm going to change the position of it to be at the right side. Next, I'm going to make the sun element to be 0.5 times the size it was before. So I'm going to use transform and then scale. Same goes for the car. So I'm going to change the position of it to be absolute and then change the size of it to be 0.7 times the size it was before. And then I'm going to place my car at the very left corner of my web page. So I'm going to do a little modification to the car element. I'm going to write the car element. I'm going to write position, which is going to be absolute. So next I'm going to place it in between the sky and the ground. I'm going to write top, pixels, transform, Alright, to create the moving effect of my car, I'm going to add the animation property into my car element. So I'm going to write animation name, drive. Next, I'm going to give how long my animation should be running. Animation duration, I'm going to make it 5 seconds. Next, I'm going to give the loop count for my animation. So animation, so I'm going to make my car to drive towards the right hand side forever while I'm seeing my web page. So I'm going to give the property value to be infinite. To run my animation, I'm going to use the add keyframe rule. So down below, I'm going to write add keyframes. Next, I'm going to call the name of my animation, which is drive. So next, I'm going to state how my animation should be running, that is by declaring to and from. So I'm going to write from left goes to right. We should move 65%. So from left 0 pixels to the final frame. So my final frame should be 65% from the current left position. So left, I'm going to write 65%. Now we have completed the CSS code for our car element. Next, we are going to see how we can expand our sun element whenever we move our mouse on top of it. So we are going to add a pseudocode selected to the sun element called hover, which will trigger your element to be expanded whenever you move your mouse. So I'm going to write sun element and I'm going to add the pseudocode selected called hover. Next, to expand your sun, I'm going to use the property called transform. Transform and scale 1. Alright. Now we have completed the CSS code for the car element and the sun element. Now you can see that the car is moving towards the right side of the web page, and when we hover the sun with our cursor, it would expand. Now it's a sunny day driving. So that's all for today. I hope you like this project. Remember to give a thumbs up if you like it, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button to get updated on new tutorials. Thank you. Bye-bye.